What's up, everybody? My name is Brascus, and welcome back to day 31 of this war of mine. Brought the bandages, now leave me alone. Nobody's doing well. Katya had been searching for supplies and brought some interesting things. Both of these guys are barely moving, the illness is killing them. So, at this point, I have no choice. I have to go back to the old folks, and I have to rob them blind. I have to take every single medication and bandage that any of them have. I mean, we've got practically nothing anymore. We've got some food. We can cook. We can melt snow into water, but we have to have stuff to burn. And at this point, we've got, some fuel, and we've got books. We could burn those. We might have to. But it's not looking good. Not at all. Terminally ill and recovering. Alright, so hungry, depressed, and very tired. Let's see. I gotta get some bandages for my friends. We can trade something for them, can't we? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because she has to sleep. So I'm gonna give him... I'm gonna focus on Bruno. Because of the two of them, Bruno is better for our survival. He can cook, and he can stretch our rations further, and that's extremely valuable. So we're going to give Bruno the meds and the bandages, and then I have to help him, I have to get him up, and I have to let Katya sleep, because she has to do all of the wandering around tonight. I mean, I hate to just kind of abandon Emilia over here, but she can't. Okay, bandage him up, and then they're going to have a long talk to try and help her depression, and then she's going to have to try and sleep during the course of the day. Actually, that's the problem, though. They're going to basically take care of each other. She'll talk to him, which will fix his depression, but I don't think it goes both ways. One of them has to talk to the other to fix the depression. And she definitely has to sleep. As soon as his depression thing goes away, we're immediately switching over and just... I mean, he's on meds and he's bandaged, so he's at least better off than she is. She's also wounded and terminally ill. I have to be honest with you guys. At this point, it feels a lot less like... When we started, we set out to survive. And, this is teaching us kind of another lesson about what these wars can do to people. Because at this point, I don't feel like they even believe that they can get out. Now it feels less like a struggle for survival and more like futility. Best to lock your doors and stay inside. Still very low. Firewood's getting harder to come by, and people are gathering anything that can be burned. As if war wasn't enough, crime is on the rise. There are reports of armed assaults and robberies. I need to actually leave the music on. She's hungry and depressed and very tired. She's hungry, terminally ill, depressed, and wounded. He's hungry, terminally ill, and on meds and bandages. I'm going to have him eat, and then I may have him... I'll have him eat that. I'm going to let Katya sleep as long as I can, but I'm probably going to wake her up around 7:30, just before we leave, and have her eat the canned food. That way we don't have to use any of our lumber for... cooking, because we need to keep that stretched out, but she still has to eat. So for the time being, I'll have him just rest in the chair, which pretty much, this is all we can do. I have to make do with what we've got. Yeah, screw this, he says. Believe me, Bruno, I get it. But as I was saying, you know, it's... I mean, I'm trying myself to just keep going, and that's the sense that I've got. It's like, I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not going to just give up and roll over and die. But I don't feel like we can get out of this. This doesn't feel like a scenario that we can win. This doesn't feel like help is coming and we just have to hold out a little bit longer and everything will be okay. This feels like we're stuck here in this terrible situation and nothing is going right. Food is gone. Firewood is impossible to come by almost. Our friends are literally sick and dying in their beds, and we barely have enough fuel to even keep it above freezing. We're living in squalor, in a town that could be shelled, where no one is on our side, and it's there's no way out, you know? It's just, how long can we hold on for? And it's not living anymore, it's just surviving. And it's important to really think about what that means. You know, especially, you know, I'm from a country and a family where everything's really kind of gone my way for the most part. I grew up in a good home. I was never hungry. I never went hungry. You know, I never feared for my life. It's not something that I understand. I should have gotten her out there faster. So, I mean, it's important for us to really think about it, because this happens. This is out there in the world right now. There are people half the world away that are literally in this position where they can't get the medicine they need. And every night could be the last night that they're alive. And that's just stunning that we live in a world where that's still a possibility. But and to really understand, well, not really to understand, but to even get a glimpse into what that's like is terrifying but important to realize. Okay, quiet house. Was that the one? I didn't think it was. Housing estate remains almost untouched. Column area, little houses, porches, and gardens. Most of those are still inhabited. People are trying to lead normal lives there. Nothing to look for unless we're willing to steal. Was that the one, or was it the... No, it's not the cottage. Definitely not the small apartment building. I guess it's the quiet house. And again, I hate myself for doing this, but without those meds, they have no chance. And that's assuming there's even anything here. You know, if the looting has really gotten as bad as it has, I mean, who knows? Doesn't look like anyone's here. And that's concerning in its own right. Okay, we gotta look for stuff. I mean, maybe we drove them out. You know, if we didn't leave them with anything, it's entirely possible that they didn't stay. Oh, and I still don't have a lockpick either. Wish I did, but I don't. And I mean, this is kind of our last chance. You know, if we can't find medicines here... And you'll notice as well that I left them both asleep in their beds. Because they're both terminally ill. I could have had Amelia stand guard, I guess, and just kind of given up on her. We're gonna have to just take everything of value that we can find in this place. They're both locked. Okay, so I can't get into that room. Probably check the front when we're done up here. Yeah, this was the place, but they're gone. And nothing counts as stolen anymore either. Like, I'm in here and it said, oh, nope, they're there. Is he alive or did he die? There's a letter from Grandpa Bernard to Alan. We're happy that you've come to like living with Auntie. The war is not that bad. It's just not fun for children. That's right. We already read all that. I mean, they're still there. Are they asleep or dead in the bed? I can't tell. They're not moving, and again, nothing is marked as being stolen. Well, it's not much, but we got meds. Yeah, there's nothing else in there. So that's pretty much it. I think they're dead in their bed. Well, we found one thing of meds, like one actual bottle of medication, and we found one, like, broken pill, something that maybe we could use to try and craft meds. Alright, we've got everything that we are going to get. We've looted every inch of this house that is accessible to us without a lockpick. Now, how are they doing? If they even are. I mean, either one of them could have died in the night. Terminally ill seems pretty permanent. Well, Bruno's still up. Got the medicine, I hope it'll help. Amelia died. If we'd had medicine, we could have saved her from the illness. If only, if only. Bruno's barely moving, the illness is killing him. If we'd had medicine, this was a terrible night. If we'd had medicine, we could have saved Amelia from the illness. Katya had been searching for supplies and brought some interesting things. Bruno looks like he didn't sleep all night. Something must be troubling him. Yep. Alright, well. Bruno, first off, go take some medicine, because you're not doing well. I don't want to end up like Amelia. There has to be a way to secure more supplies. I must get some meds. I don't care how. I don't want to die like this. And for her, Amelia died because we were not strong enough to secure the necessary supplies. We must be more tenacious. I don't know what you expect to really do, Katya. I mean, oh man, they need to talk to one another. Like, right now. See, this is what I was talking about. You know, every single night could be their last. What would that be like, to know that you're so sick that you might fall asleep and not wake up the next morning? That's kind of up there on one of those lists of things where I'm just like, I don't even know how I'd handle that. I have no frame of reference for something like that. Man, you know, I'm keeping Bruno alive. We're just moving along from one day to the next. But just barely. She's very hungry, broken. and talking. So she is so just destroyed that she can't even function now, which is a real problem because Bruno is the only other person and he can't manage. I mean, we are falling apart here. Man, I'm nothing short of a guardian angel at the 11th hour. How would you do this? You know, in that situation, how? I don't even know how to continue doing this. How could you make yourself keep going? I guess hoping that things would get better. You never, ever give up on hope. Can you go... She can't do anything. You know what? Keep her alive. Come on, don't give up. You gotta eat. Yep. So she's pretty much fed now, but she's still broken. Katya, can you, like, do anything? Can you go to sleep? She's basically non-responsive now. So, in an effort to try and make his morale increase, because he's still technically depressed... God, so cold. You know what? Don't go outside then. You go down here and... Bruno? Cigarette would make me feel better. I mean, we have one, don't we? Crap, he's not responding now either. Emilia, how I wish you were still with us. I don't know if Bruno's, like... if he's bugged? I think he might be bugged. Like, he tried to walk out the door, and then he fell over and started coughing, and the door closed, and now I can't interact with anything. Because he's just depressed. But I can't do anything with him, and she's not capable of functioning. So, I think I just need to end this day, and I don't know, we'll see what happens, because there's nothing else I can do. This could very well be the end of This War of Mine Let's Playthrough. Yeah, she's so depressed she can't do anything. He's so sick he can't do anything. I can't have him stand guard. I can't have him scavenge. They either have the option of sleeping or sleeping in the bed. So they're going to sleep in the bed and hope for the best. Bruno at least had medicine, so maybe he'll... I couldn't turn on the furnace. Bruno froze to death. Katya looks like she didn't sleep at all. Something must be troubling her, and Bruno froze to death. She's hungry, she's sick, she's broken, she's exhausted. And she can't do anything. We need to keep the shelter warm, otherwise we'll all die like Bruno. We're very sick, we desperately need meds. She's now sick, exhausted, hungry, and broken. But again, she's... This is what it looks like. She has now officially given up. And there's no one else here. She is now alone and beyond hope. I can't make her do anything. There's no one to make her feel better. This is pretty much the end for us, I think, guys. And, you know, if there is something I could be doing, then I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Cold days have passed. The night was calm, apart from the echo of distant shots. Let's hope it doesn't get worse. Hungry, sick. Well, she's not broken. Now she's just depressed. and tired. And it's actually 39 degrees, so we've made it out into the warmth. She's sick and recovering. I think I can make meds, maybe. All this, I can't handle it anymore. Oh, I know. She's on her own now. That's where we're at. We're trying to survive on our own. And no, I don't have the right upgrades, so she just has to make do with whatever she's got. So she needs to eat. So we're gonna do that. We'll try and let her get some sleep. Is it better for us to do 2 or to do 1? Definitely to do 2. It costs us more in water, but we can leave it on the stove. She can eat it over the course of a couple of days. And if she stays fed and rests, then I'm hoping she can, you know, recover from her sickness, especially now that it's warmed up. Okay, so I'm going to have her come down here. I'm going to have her do 2 things. First, I'm going to check the radio and see what it says. Second, classical music playing. We're going to leave the music on so that hopefully we can improve morale a little bit. Fresh vegetables are becoming a rare commodity in Pogoren. Their prices will gradually be rising according to our analysts. As if war wasn't enough, we heard about that. We are happy to announce it is getting warmer. The temperatures should continue to rise in the upcoming days. This may bring some relief to the citizens of Pogoren. That is like the one and only piece of good news we have had. Isn't there some other music somewhere? I thought there was like a second music station. There it is. Okay, so now she's hungry, so we're going to let her rest in the bed at this point. Shoot, I lied. I'm going to have her go over here first and harvest the food that's there. And then bait the trap with more so that we can just keep food coming. We're out of vegetables now, but we should still be able to try and get more food. And even if it's raw, we have enough at this point that we've got, you know, a decent amount. All right, use the fertilizer to bait the trap. And then you just rest so that you can continue to recover from your illness and stop being tired, because theoretically I need to try and get supplies tonight. Or maybe not. Maybe what we need to do tonight is to let her rest as long as we can. I don't think I can afford not to have her stand guard, but maybe we need to give her one more night off to recover and try not to be depressed anymore. It'll give us a chance to save the game over the course of the night. Maybe we'll get lucky and somebody will come by and maybe she won't be alone anymore. I don't know. God, and Bruno died one night. He froze to death one night before the temperatures got warmer. I'm just grateful Katya even made it through. Suddenly, you know, you can even see the change here. Suddenly, I have hope again. We're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination. You know, we have got a very hard road ahead of us still yet to go. But we have plenty of food. The temperature has improved. She's still in trouble. She's sick. And she's depressed, which is bad. Especially if it prevents her from sleeping. You know, but she's not in the worst possible place either. So suddenly I have hope again, because I'm not I'm not freezing. She's not gonna die if she breaks down and can't put wood in the furnace. Now that she's not broken, maybe she hasn't totally given up. Alright, so she's sick and still recovering. I don't know. I'm debating between trying to go out and find more medicine or trying to let her rest for one more night and see if she can recover on her own now that the weather's getting warmer. She's fed and she's rested. She's just depressed. But I don't want to waste time. You know, if she can't get better on her own, I don't necessarily want to waste time hoping that she will. Alright, I think we're going to make this a slightly longer episode, and I'm going to try... Okay, we're going to end the day. One way or another, we're either going to go out and scavenge somewhere, or we're going to let her rest. But one way or another, we're going to get to day 35. Everywhere should be available to us now. It's just most of these places are not going to be safe. Occupied by armed thugs. Screams sometimes heard. Best to keep away from it. Store supplied the whole neighborhood before the latter turned into a war zone. Possible trade. Caution advised. There's not much there. Ruined villa. This is the one. Deserters. Dangerous. Suspicious of strangers. Decrepit squat. Yeah, nothing there. There's not really anywhere good to go at this point. We could try going to the garage and just trading whatever we have. I don't know that we've got much, but I think that's what I'm going to try and do. We're going to take what little we have and see what we can get. Take the weapon. I'm probably not going to trade it, but maybe we can do something with it. Tobacco, we don't need anymore. Bruno's gone, so I have no need of tobacco. I can't make anything with those anyway, so I have no problem getting rid of that. We'll take some of our books. I feel sad giving up books, but if that's what it takes to get us some help, then so be it. And we'll take some food. I've got a lot. We'll keep 7 of it. And I think that's what we're going to take with us to try and trade. I think I need everything else. I can't really afford to give it up. The luckiest thing that could possibly happen is we'll show up and they'll have left. I doubt that very much. We'll probably get out here and the guy will come out and trade. Because that's just sort of what seems to happen. Hey you, I need meds for my father. Have you got some? Well, I don't have like actual medicine. But I've got this that I can't use. I also don't need the tobacco. There's no point in me keeping that. What can you give me? Filters would be extremely valuable because those would give us the water we need. It would be really helpful for me to maybe take some lockpicks. There's no way he's going to give me the hatchet, is there? No. Can I get any components from you? No, not for that. What if I gave you some of my food? I mean, every piece of food I give him seems to be worth quite a lot in the way of these. Which is really, really good. Because this is one thing that I have been needing for a long time that I've not been able to get any of. So that gives us 16 components right there. If I give him another one, can I get some lumber off of him? Yeah. That's all I can get, though, and now I'm full, so I can't carry anything else. Okay. That seems like a pretty solid deal for me. We're going to keep one more thing of food. We get to keep our books. We get to keep our knife. Yeah. The hatchet is less important to me now, simply because we don't... I mean, it would still be nice to have it, but we may just have to come back and get it later. It still would have been better for her maybe to rest and try and get rid of that sickness issue, but one thing at a time. Hopefully we didn't, you know, we're not coming back to find out that our house got raided and all of our stuff is gone, which is entirely possible because there's no one there. Although this is the end, so when we reload it, day 35 in the next video could be different. I mean, we'll see what happens, but either way, I guess we'll find out. Is she breaking down again? Some broke into our shelter and stole our things. Yeah, look at that. Things they stole, 6 things of food and water. Someone noticed our shelter had been left unguarded for the night and stole our things. We don't know who it was. But, again, it should start over at the beginning of the next day. So hopefully they won't break into our house between now and the next episode. But I'm out of time for this episode. We're going to keep struggling along. It could be as much a blessing as a curse. You know, it's really bad that no one is able to stand guard at night anymore. That's a problem, because stuff like this can happen. And on the nights where Katja can't go out and has to rest, nobody can watch her either. She can get attacked. She'll probably have to spend her days sleeping so she can spend her nights scavenging and hope that no one takes all of our stuff. That's what we're down to. But our food can stretch longer. Supplies that we're thin on, you know, if we find 2 or 3 things of medicine, I don't have to share them out amongst multiple injured, sick people. So maybe we can get through this still, but it's slim chance, but we're hopeful again. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. No matter how it ends, we're going to see it through to the end. If you are, please let me know by hitting that like button, leave a comment down in the section below. And as always, I will see everyone in the next video. Catch you guys later.